Hello boys and girls, today we are going to learn how to work in Procreate. So you're going to need an iPad, a stylus or your finger, and Procreate. So you need to open Procreate, hit the plus button for new canvas, select what paper size you want. Go into that, and now I'm just going to rotate my image so that it's facing the other direction. So I just did that by pinching my fingers and twisting. I'm just going to go back and name this file. So I went out of the file, I clicked on where it says Untitled Artwork, and I'm typing in a name for it so I can find it easily. Okay, so here I have my blank canvas. Layers are up here. I'm just going to rename it. So you can rename it whatever you want. This just helps me become more organized. So you can browse the brushes. There are many different brushes and styles that you can use. I'm using the calligraphy brush and I'm adjusting my color right now so I have the right color, and I'm going to start drawing my base. So I'm drawing an oval and I'm holding it after I finish drawing it so it turns into a perfect shape. To undo a mistake, tap 2 fingers once on the screen. To redo, tap 3 fingers once on the screen. You can also hit the select button, and with this you can adjust the size, rotate it however you want. So I'm going back up to my layers just to check to see I'm on the right layer. I don't want to draw in the background, and I'm going to draw the rest of my base. You can move around the screen and adjust it, so you can zoom in by pinching your fingers and zoom out by putting your fingers in the opposite direction. Here what I'm doing is I am adjusting the brush size. I can also adjust the brush opacity so that it's not erasing it as much and the color is more transparent. And I'm just going to erase my lines and clean it up a little bit better. I'm creating a new layer to draw my plants on, and I'm naming it that. You don't have to do this. This is just something that helps me when I'm drawing become a little more organized. I definitely want it on a different layer than my color layer, which I'll start adding then. So now I have my image drawn exactly the way I wanted it. I went back and checked and erased lines that were off a little, and I'm adding another layer for my color. I want my color layer to be different than my drawing layer. This is very important because I don't want to see my drawing layer. I just want to see my color. So there I just grouped the two together. I picked up my vase and dropped it over top of my plant to make a group. You don't have to do this. This just makes it easy. This just makes it easier for me to toggle that on. Okay, so I'm selecting to make sure I'm on my plant layer, and then I'm hitting the select button, going to automatic, and I'm going to select the area that I wanted to highlight with my color. So it's selected, then I'm going to click on my paintbrush, and I'm going to adjust my colors too. So I'm picking what color I want. You can use various different color schemes. There's scales that you can play with that will show you different colors, but I'm just working on analogous colors for this, so I'm using this. You don't have to use the screen like this though. There's the disc, classic, there's a bunch of options. So I have my color selected. You can move it around and slide and pick which one you want, and then I'm going to hit the paint button. Make sure I'm on the right paint tool. It's a lot of remembering to switch back and forth. I have my watercolor selected. You can adjust the brush size and the opacity again, and I'm just selecting and painting in that area. I'm going to go ahead and do this for the whole color, but look at all these options that you can choose from. There are many different ones. So I have most of it colored in. The most difficult part is remembering to switch between the layers because I don't want my color to be on the same layer as my drawing. I used auto select for most of this, but when I got to the vase, I can't use auto select because there's a gap in the back where the plant is. So I erased the back of the vase. So I cannot use that to auto select. What happens if I try to auto select and there's pieces missing? It will select the whole background. So go to freehand and you're gonna have to literally trace the areas with your finger or your stylus to create the correct shape and then hit add. If you get too much in that shape that you don't want in there, you can trace again what you don't want and hit remove. So this is me selecting the area and then I'm continuing to color the rest of it. Okay, so now I just turned off my line color, so I unchecked it. I accidentally closed out of that. I'm going to go to that little wrench bar, hit add text. I'm going to change the color of my text because I don't want it to be green. I want it to stand out a little bit more. So I'm just playing with the color wheel until I have the correct color. You can adjust the text for whatever, or the font for whatever font you want, style. I changed mine and then I'm going to type in the name of it. I'm going to adjust my font to where I want it on my image, and then we are almost done. You just got to save it. Okay, if you go to the wrench tool, there are more settings that you can see and play with. You can see how long you were working on it. You can rotate the canvas that way too. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to share, figure out what I want to share it as, and then I'm going to export it to wherever it needs to be. So do I want it as a PDF, as a JPEG? Figure that out, and happy creating!